Hi, I'm Les Kiger. This is Miss Ginger Snap, and we're here to share with you this equality tidbit. In today's tidbit, I want to talk to you about educating your horse to touch. An uneducated horse will tend to respond in one of two ways to touch. Either they'll push into it, resisting the touch, or they'll escape from the touch. An educated horse, on the other hand, will respond to the touch like you're holding the hand of somebody that you'll like. They'll go with the touch, not really add any more or less than what you're bringing with the touch. Ginger Snap is pretty early on in this process of being educated to touch. So she'll show us a good example of some of the challenges and also the solutions. So I'm going to use my hand 3 different ways with Ginger Snap. The first way is just a flat, neutral hand that should ask her not to do anything. The second way is a pushing hand with pointy fingers that will ask her to move away. And the third way is a rubbing hand that will ask her to stop moving when she's done yielding. So the first thing I'm going to do is rub her down here, and I'm going to demonstrate the touch on the flank, because this is an area that she has a little bit of trouble in terms of bracing and escaping. So I'm starting with that flat hand neutral touch. Now I'm rubbing. She stops moving, I go to neutral. Now I'm going to switch to my pointy fingers, ask her to yield away. She gets a little sticky here, and then when I'm done with the yield, I'm going to rub it out and erase it. That was actually amazingly well. I didn't expect that to go even half that well. Switch to the other side. Again, I'm starting with the neutral hand just to let her know that everything's okay with being touched back here, and to show her what it feels like when I'm not asking her to move. Now I'm going to switch to my pointy fingers to ask her to move. There's there's some brace right there, so I just hold the pressure. I don't add anything. She's moving now, but she's still a little braced against the touch. So I'm just going to stay with her. Now we have some escaping. So I'm going to rub until she stops moving. There, and then I take that away. Give her a second to soak on that. Let's try again. So neutral hand, now pointy fingers. That's a nice yield there. Got a little sticky spot, so I'm just going to hold the pressure and wait for her. That was a nice yield, and I'm going to rub it out. So there you saw the use of the neutral hand, the pointy fingers for moving, and the rubbing hand to ask the horse to stop moving. Now one final note, and I'm not going to hold that against her. She's just a little bit nervous in this situation. I will just try and correct her a little bit, showing her that that's not helpful. So what I was going to say to finish up is that the important thing with each of these kinds of touch is that they stop the minute that the horse responds. So the pointy fingers stop as soon as we get a nice yield and move to the rubbing hand. And then the rubbing hand stops and goes away, or switches to the neutral hand as soon as the horse stands still. So hopefully this tidbit has helped you to understand a little bit more of the fine detail about how to educate your horse to different kinds of touch. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. Cool girl, Ginger Snap.